Hello, you lovely people. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. And a bit of a crazy story brought up over the past couple of days that I must break down. And you know what? For all of you people out there who say, Jake, you're a 100 Thieves fanboy, you're biased. You know what? I break those terms yet again today, and it hurts me to have to talk about stuff like this, but I feel I'm doing my job. So please, 100 Thieves, please do not hate me. Whenever parents get involved, I think it makes, some very interesting stories, to say the very least, especially around a Valorant roster. That being the 100 Thieves Valorant roster, led by Hiko and then 4 other PUBG pros who we've already talked about in their signing. Definitely from the very start was controversial and was questioned by a lot of people. I would say results-wise, sources I have talked to behind the scenes, scrim-wise as well, this roster has been on the struggling side, as many rosters have been, by the way. We've already seen several rosters revamp the entire roster or already changing out players. That's what's going to happen when you sign Valorant pros for a rising and brand new esport this early on. Changes will be made, and I think 100 Thieves changes are somewhere near in the future. It was actually Hiko taking to Twitter after a loss to Immortals. Further later in the day, losing to FaZe Clan and their newly formed roster as well. A team that I really do think would be fairly stated has not been performing, up to par with a lot of teams out there, that being 100 Thieves. After Hiko did take to Twitter, guys, I do believe his mom responding to that said tweet as well. If you guys don't know Hiko, his name is actually Hiko Martin, and I do believe his mother also replying to that tweet based off her profile and such. I can't 100% confirm it, but I'm pretty darn certain. And we've already talked about family members and parents getting involved in the past. This is definitely not it's not a bad response, guys. I'm not knocking Hiko's mother. I've talked about from Call of Duty League, Censor's dad, what he did. Now that is something that's a bit of a problem. This is simply a mother responding to a son's struggle with a roster, and maybe, no, not even maybe, she says that the 100 Thieves need to make roster changes. As after Hiko said, GG Immortals lost 0-2, first best of 3, and will play our next game in about 90 minutes, Laura, again, I believe to be Hiko's mother, says, wow, ... Hiko is a great player. He's only as good as his team allows. Changes need to be made. And then directly adding 100 Thieves. And again, guys, I am simply doing my job. My mother would do the same exact thing, but it is very interesting to see these parents getting involved, especially on social media, and replies that are now very much public to a team, even directly adding 100 Thieves that changes need to be made. I think this is a pretty interesting thing to cover. I don't really know where we go from here. And again, compared to other parents we have seen talk about this kind of stuff and respond about this kind of stuff, it's not that heavy of a response, but it does make you think if changes will be made given their struggle and given the fact of how this roster did start in the first place with somewhat of a, I would call, dramatic entrance, as many people thought Hiko would build this roster around Counter-Strike pros, and it was actually PUBG pros. He then said that he necessarily did not have the full hands-on with picking these guys. He was okay with that. He agreed with it. He later took back a bit of his statement to say that, he was okay with this roster, but certainly with their struggles, with how this roster came to be, with their recent performance, and now Hiko's very own mother saying that changes need to be made to 100 Thieves. What do you guys think about this? I really, again, I love passionate parents. I'm not judging the response. I'm simply saying that I probably will cover this stuff in the future if it continues to happen, especially in the circumstance surrounding 100 Thieves and their Valorant roster. Sorry, I know I'm trying to dabble on this with light feet, if you guys can't tell. What do you guys think about this? Should 100 Thieves make changes for their Valorant roster? Will Hiko be, a large voice in those changes being made? And what will those changes be? We'll find out sometime in the future. Until next time, drink that water, drink that coffee. I'll catch you guys back here sometime soon.